Very good afternoon, my dear friends. Welcome back to Chandan Logics. You're watching English class. My name is Sham. My dear friends, in this session, we are going to have a discussion on a very important IBPS mock test paper explanation. And in the year 2026, we have a lot of notifications, especially related to banking exams. And every notification is important, and let us not compromise in the subject. The quality of the subject is ultimately the actual game changer, correct? So let's get started. You're watching Chandan Logic's English YouTube channel, and I'll be talking completely in English in this channel as of now. Currently in this channel we are talking about banking exams, whereas we have one more channel called Chandan Logic's Telugu YouTube channel where I talk in Telugu. And right now the Telugu YouTube live classes happen in the evening. Okay, so Chandan Logics has offered you a free course. This free course has got 7,000 plus practice questions. Okay, so you can just take this free course and practice all these questions from different topics. You can practice all these questions from different topics. Okay, so let's get started with the IBPS Clerk mock test explanation. We also have English classes for police job aspirants, so you can get it at a very reasonable price. So let's get started. We have the first 4 questions based on spotting error. So can you find where the error is located? Question number 1. My dear friends, can you find where the error is located? Yes, my dear friends. He has been toiling hardly to be able to provide for his family. So, what is the error in this sentence, my dear friends? In this sentence, what is the error? In this sentence, what is the error? He has been toiling hardly to be able to provide for his family. My dear friends, why do you want to use the word hardly here? Why do you want to use the word hardly here? You have to rather use the word hard, because hard is different from hardly. Okay, here you are talking about a man's sacrifice for his family, a man's hard work for his family. Okay, so you better say not hardly, but you say hard, because if you say hardly, again the meaning is in the opposite direction. If you say hardly, the meaning is in the opposite direction. Hardly is zero, nothing. Hardly is zero, nothing. Okay, okay. Can you tell me what is the error in the second question? Unless these questions are not solved, the region will remain a powder cake. Unless these questions are not solved, the region will remain a powder cake. What is the meaning of this sentence, my dear friends? See, we have a very important rule in grammar. The rule says when we talk about unless, don't use negative here, because unless is already negative, so don't use negative there. Okay, you remove not. Okay, you remove not. Then what happens is, unless these questions are solved, the region will remain a powder cake. When unless is used, don't use again negative, because unless is already negative. Lots of times we got to discuss that, for the fact that unless is already negative. Again, you're right, Sharanya. Unless is negative, until is negative, seldom is negative, scarcely negative, hardly negative. So we have a lot of words like that which are in negative context, and when they come, you don't have to use again negative here. Okay, questions 3 and 4. Can you find the error, my dear friends? Question number 3, my dear friends. it's a very interesting thing. Actually, we learn this in the topic called nouns. In our English syllabus, we have a topic called nouns, and we learn there. See, brother-in-law is singular, correct? Brother-in-law is singular, correct? But if you have to use the plural to this, the plural is brothers-in-law. The plural is brothers-in-law. But here the problem is, he said brother-in-laws. No, this is wrong. Here it should be brothers-in-law. Okay, it should be brothers-in-law. The brothers-in-law were very helpful and supportive. Okay, the brothers-in-law. You have to say brothers-in-law, brothers-in-law. Singular brother-in-law, plural brothers-in-law. You cannot say brother-in-laws. Singular sister-in-law, plural sisters-in-law, not sister-in-laws. Singular father-in-law, plural fathers-in-law, not father-in-laws. Okay, right. Fourth question. Fourth question. All pieces of information given by her were accurate. All pieces of information given by her were accurate. All pieces of information given by her were accurate. My dear friends, in English language, there is no noun called informations. Yes should be removed. You only have to say information. You cannot say informations. There is no such noun called informations. All pieces of information given by her were accurate. Okay? Right. So, now we are done with the spotting errors. Let's go to the next question. Now, what is the next question here? Read the following sentence and determine whether there is an error. The error will be in one part of the sentence. So, again, we have one more spotting error. Again, we have one more spotting error. Can you identify the error, my dear friends? Samantha felt it was more better if she chose the job in London as compared to Dubai. It was closer to her. Anybody answer? Can you identify the error in the sentence, my dear friends? Can you identify the error in the sentence, my dear friends? Yeah. See, always remember, better is a comparative degree. Don't use more. There is nothing like more better. There is nothing like more better. If you use more before better, it becomes superfluous. It becomes redundant expression. It becomes a superfluous expression, redundant expression. So you have to remove more. It was better, that's it. You can't say more better, because more becomes extra, because better is already comparative degree. Yes or no? Chalo. So now after 5 or 6, I think, spotting errors we have done. 5 spotting errors we have done. From questions 6 to 13, we have a paragraph. We have a paragraph. So, do you want to try the paragraph? Yes. Please try the paragraph. Take 120 seconds of the time. Try to read this paragraph. The paragraph is here, till here. So maybe 120 seconds here and 60 seconds here. 3 minutes. Fatafat. Read the paragraph. First complete this. Complete this slide. I want you to read it seriously. Okay, done. See guys, your reading speed must be perfect. Moves by the ATP and WTA, governing bodies of men's and women tennis tours, to strip Wimbledon of its primary currency. All important ranking points for 2022 edition represents the harshest rebuke to the autonomous overreach by the oldest Grand Slam event in declining entries from Russian Belarusian players. The ATP on Friday, ATP is like men's, no? The ATP on Friday said the move were to protect the integrity of the sport, which was built upon merit-based tournament entry and a level playing field. The WTA concurred, basing its decisions on foundational principles of equal opportunity, championed by the legendary Billie Jean King. The International Tennis Federation followed suit by removing points from the junior and wheelchair competitions. As a result, the most coveted tennis tournament in the world is said to be reduced to an exhibition event, barring a rethink from the feuding parties. A large-scale player dropout may not dash, for Wimbledon holds too much LU, both in terms of prestige and prize money, but the saga is sure to open the sports pecking orders. Tennis rankings work over a rolling 52-week period, updated by adding points earned in the previous week and subtracting those from the equivalent week in the previous year. Now, world number one Novak Djokovic's 2,000 points for winning the 2021 edition will be removed without any edition this year, causing severe disruptions in the upper echelons of men's tennis. Okay, I'll also read this. Listen carefully. I'll explain once I finish reading. More broadly, the fiasco is likely to end up leaving everyone bruised. Wimbledon has rightly been penalized for triggering the controversy by unfairly targeting Russians and Belarusians for the actions of their political leaders, despite the likes of world number 2 Danny Medvedev and world number 7 Andrew Rublev publicly calling for peace. But the pushback by ATP, WTA and ITF will unfortunately inflict collateral damage on scores of players, especially those in the lower ranks, otherwise eligible to earn points. While the ATP has correctly stressed that an acceptable solution could have been found if Wimbledon had not chosen to act unilaterally based on informal guidance from the British government, it is a fact that tennis 7 governing bodies, ATP, WTA, ITF and 4 majors, mostly work at cross purposes and act in self-interest. The ATP itself has not walked the talk, continuing to hand out a disproportionately high number of ranking points to its flagship multi-nation team competition ATP Cup, despite the tournament being a closed-door event. Wimbledon has for now stopped expressing its disappointment and reserved its position with the ongoing French Open, providing fans with a welcome distraction. But any attempt to further this power play by driving another wedge instead of charting out a progressive path will only splinter the sport more. Guys, did you really understand something? Okay. My suggestion is, even after the live class is over, I want you to read it once again, because if I read and I explain, what is the benefit that you get? So you have to develop the ability to read the sentences, read the passages and understand it by all your own. I'll not explain in detail. We cannot have time for the complete explanation. I'll keep it very short. We are talking about Wimbledon, badminton, tennis. There are many loopholes there. Lot of politics, lot of conflicts. Even the governing bodies like WTA and all that, there are 7 bodies. All of them, they have no proper coordination, cooperation. There are a lot of internal loopholes and disputes, which is why still there are many problems to be solved as far as the sport is concerned. This is the gist of the paragraph. I'll explain more clearly once I start getting into the questions. According to the paragraph, why did Wimbledon ban Russian and Belarusian players? Any guess? Why did Wimbledon ban all these players? Any guess? Do you want me to showcase the answer in the passage? So, can you identify where the question is located at least? Can you identify where that point was mentioned here? Anybody answer? Anybody answer? Can anybody tell me either the answer to this question, or can you at least tell me where the question is located in the passage? You can message like 7th line, 8th line, 9th line, 10th line, something like that. Yeah. It's my difference. No answer, which means you didn't actually read it or you didn't understand it. The question is, why did Wimbledon ban Russians and these people? Any guess? No idea. Can you try you? Guys, can you try you? See? Unfairly targeting Russians and Belarusians because of their political leaders. Because of their political leaders. Because of their political leaders. Okay? So here is the answer. Following the actions of their political leaders. Okay guys? Happy? Can you try the next question? Oh, lucky. Vocabulary based. Antonym to the word conquered. If you know the meaning, antonym is not a problem. Conquered means accept, agree. The opposite is differ. Conquered means agree, accept. Agree, accept. The opposite is differ. The opposite is differ. Okay. Can you try the next one? 8th one. Synonym to the word rebuke. Easy question, guys. Guys, easy question. Guys, easy question. What is the meaning of rebuke? Insulting somebody, reprimanding somebody. Rebuke is insult, reprimanding somebody. Easy question? Easy question. Can you try the next question? To give particular emphasis on importance of a point, it is called what? It's like a one word substitute. You are giving more importance to something. What is it called? Stressed. In most of English classes, Shyam sir has been stressing the importance of discipline. Shyam sir has been stressing the importance of learning vocabulary. Stressed. Okay, stressed. Okay, now again content. What will fit in the blank taken from the passage? I think you don't have to read paragraph for this, because see the options. Yeah. Materializes, past tense, present tense, ing form, materialistic, adjective form. So I think I'll give you a clue here. I'll give you a clue here. Try the clue. Try the clue. Oh, wait. See? May. May plus V1. Correct? May plus V1. Correct? Which means now you need to use what? Verb. You need to use what? Verb. May plus V1. You need to use what? Verb. So where is the verb here? The verb is materialize. Will materialize or may not materialize. May not materialize. Okay? Clear? Okay. And choose the most appropriate meaning of the idiom handout. Any guess, guys? What is the meaning of the idiom handout? To provide or share something. In our classrooms, colleges, coaching centers, sometimes the lecturers will give you handouts to practice. So handout is to provide or share something. To provide or share something. Okay. Can you tell me the meaning of the word end up? Easy questions actually, right? 90% easy questions. So what is the meaning of ending up something? When you say end up, what is the meaning of the word end up? It means to reach the conclusion. End up means to reach the conclusion. End up, to reach the conclusion. Okay? To reach the conclusion. Okay? Next. So now again paragraph. Which of the following is incorrect according to the passage? My dear friends, which of the following is incorrect according to the passage? Wimbledon has rightly been awarded for causing controversy. No, not at all. It is wrong. by targeting Russians and by targeting Russians and Belarusians, Wimbledon has rightly been awarded? No, not at all. Everybody criticized Wimbledon. Everybody said, Wimbledon, you are making mistake. Wimbledon had not acted on guidance from the British government to target. No. The problem is Wimbledon acted according to the British government. If you read the paragraph, you will understand. Wimbledon acted according to the British government. The ATP and WTA are governing bodies of men and women. Correct. This is correct. No problem. So A and B problem. A and B incorrect. A and B incorrect. A and B incorrect. So guys, I want you to be very focused and very confident about it. Okay. Chalo. Before we proceed further, we have Chandan Logic's Kingmaker, a beautiful book. You can get it. And then 0 to Hero 2.0, 6.0 batch, and CGL batch. Yes, all beautiful classes. So question number 14, 15, 16, 17, we have sentence improvement. Okay, 4 questions, easy questions. Guys, can you try the 14th one? Guys, can you try the 14th one? Guys, can you try the 14th one? How simple the question is, see? How easy the question is? How easy the question is? Yeah, you're talking about airplane. Come on, flight. What is there, no? The Jet Airlines flight to Mumbai will be ready tomorrow. How easy, no? No difficulty flight. Okay. Can you try the next question? Question number 15, guys. Question number 15, guys. Yes, guys. Dash, he finally cracked his examination. So, what do you think is the answer? After many tries. So, after many tries, after many attempts, he finally got his job. After many tries, after many attempts, he finally got his job. Okay, after many attempts, he finally got his job. Can you try the question number 16, guys? Can you try the question number 16? While India's economic activity, it is singular, no? So we use has remained. India's economic activity has remained muted. There has been a consistent acceleration in inflation. So while India's economic activity has remained is perfect. Okay. While India's economic activity has remained. Has plus V3, okay, has remained, okay. Easy questions, no? Easy question. Can you try the 17th one, dear? Can you try the 17th one? Question tag. The mob killed. See? Killed, past tense. When you talk about past tense, you have to use did only. When you talk about past tense, you have to use did. Did. However, mob, generally we say mob is a collective noun. So we take mob as a singular. So didn't it. We take mob as a singular noun. So we say didn't it. We don't consider mob as a plural noun. We don't consider mob as a plural noun. We consider mob as a singular noun. We consider mob as a singular noun. We don't consider it as a plural noun. The mob killed the subdivisional officer, didn't it? Didn't it? Didn't it? Okay. After the sentence improvement, we have word usage. So identify where the word is properly used. Adopted. Nice question. So 4 questions based on word usage. Adopted. Answer please. Answer please. If you look at the first sentence, they adopted for rescheduling. What is the meaning of the sentence? They adopted for rescheduling what? It is wrong. If you look at the second sentence, the committee ultimately adopted his suggestions. Yes, this is correct. The child is legally adopted. Yes, this is correct. There is a serious problem with the first sentence. First sentence does not make any proper sense. First sentence doesn't make any proper meaning at all. Okay. Adopted means, owning something. Acceptance. A very easy question. Around. How easy? See? Around. Answer please. I went to the house, but there was nobody around. His personal wealth is estimated around 100 million. I think both A and B correct. See, there was a lot of mud on the around what? A and B correct. A and B correct. A and B correct. A and B correct. Aimed. Easy words, no? Easy words. Had the words been difficult, we would have actually worked harder. Aimed is a simple word, no? Aimed is a simple word. She aimed the gun at the target. Perfect. They aimed to make the country safe. Perfect. I think C is a problem. A and B correct. The photographs will look nice. Aimed in red. No meaning at all. No meaning at all. No meaning at all. Can you try the 21st question? Marshal. Can you try the 21st question? Marshal. A federal marshal was killed. Perfect. A federal marshal was killed. Perfect. Police were brought in to marshal the crowd. Perfect. The general has ordered a marshal withdraw. No, there is no meaning to this. Only A and B. A federal marshal was killed in a shootout. A federal marshal was killed in a shootout. Correct. Police were brought in to marshal the crowd. Yes. So control the crowd. In the second sentence, the meaning is marshal the crowd means control the crowd. Okay. In the first sentence, federal marshal means he's a federal officer, kind of, police officer. Both A and B correct. Both A and B correct. So Chandan Logics offers you Bank Achievers Batch 2.0, whereas railway exam students can have good classes here, and police students Target Khaki is yours. 22. Now I think slightly it's a test on your vocabulary knowledge. Can you try the answer? It's a vocabulary knowledge now. John dash in pain. Yes. It's a vocabulary knowledge test. Quick answer, quick answer. This guy is waiting for an answer. Yes, guys. Yes. See, in pain, when you say in pain, groaned, groan in pain. So groan is a word used only for pain. Groan is a word used for pain. Whereas howl, growl, screamed, yelled, the meaning comes like shout. The meaning comes like loud noise. Loud noise. Only when you specifically talk about pain, we say groan in pain. What do we say? Groan in pain. We say groan in pain. Please remember that. Groan in pain. Okay? Right. Question number 23, guys. Question number 23. Curled up in a corner of the seat, I amused dash for hours. Easy question. I amused dash. Any answer? 23, guys. Curled up in a corner of the seat, I amused dash. curled up in a corner of the seat. I amused dash. I amused myself. See how easy? I don't amuse somebody, no, I amuse myself. Her skin was so dashed that even the mildest creams burned it. Her skin was so sensitive. No, her skin was so sensitive that even mildest, creams burned it. So sensitive. The meaning comes like so sensitive. So sensitive. There is nothing about sympathy here, tricks, no perception here. Her skin was so sensitive. Okay. Can you try the 25th one? Filling the blank with the appropriate word. Filling the blank with the appropriate word. Oh, sir, where is the blank, sir? The blank is here, sir, under the dash of. Here the blank is missing with the green color. This is the blank. Okay, this is the blank. This is the blank. The golden period of India began under the dash of the Guptas. Began under the dash of the Guptas. Yes, my dear friends. Yes. Yes, my dear friends. Began under the regime. Regime. Regime is ruling. Regime is ruling. So the golden period of India began under the regime of Guptas. Regime is ruling. Regime is ruling. Okay, regime is ruling. Justice is like criticize somebody, blame somebody. Justice is criticize somebody, blame somebody. Crusade is a big campaign. Crusade is a big campaign to win something, for justice, like for something. Glorious is fantastic. Glorious is very great. So under the regime of the Guptas, under the regime of the Guptas. I think the last section ends with a simple jumble statement. Now we have here A, B, C, D, E. Below in each question some sentences are given. Find the sentence which is not really contributing to the main theme. Oh, this is not a regular sentence. So there is one sentence which is odd man out sentence. And removing that sentence you need to resequence in the proper way. Wow, it looks very interesting. Oh my goodness, the last 4 questions, the last 5 questions, I think you have a big challenge waiting for you. Let us see if you win this challenge. Not one jumble. Today we have 5 jumble. That's what I was thinking. The whole paper is easy. So there should be some surprising element, and here is a surprise. Guys, try. 26, try. Not one, but we have here 5 jumbled exercises waiting for you. Guys, waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Guys, waiting for your answer. Yes, easy. Yes, Sharanya, answer. Sequence. 26, sequence. I'll tell you a secret here. I'll tell you a simple shortcut. I don't know what procedure you followed, but now you will experience Shamsa's shortcuts. I don't want to read them. I only look at the options first. A, C, D. Finish. So I don't want to read B. B is gone. A, C, D. Okay. E is also gone. Forget it. Now A, C, D. A, C, D. A cannot come first because consequently came. Gone. Two options are gone. Now you have C and D. Can you identify what comes first? Home buyers and lenders have recently unanimously voted for NBCC Limited to take over the bankrupt JP Infrastructure. So there was a company called JP Infrastructure which was bankrupted, completely lost. So now some home buyers and lenders have recently voted for NBCC Limited. So NBCC Limited is going to take over bankrupt JP Infrastructure. So it looks like a very, very clear opening sentence. So no doubt I am telling you C should be the opening statement. Now if you take CD, why suddenly Walmart company came? Here you are talking about NBCC Limited taking over bankrupt JP company. Why suddenly Walmart company came? Where did that come from? Finish. Khatam. Khatam. Tata. Bye bye. See you. You need to be confident. It's a simple exercise. Game. It's a game. If you ask my opinion, honestly telling you, it's a game. Jumbled is a game. You can play with that. Jumbled is a game. You can play with that. Khatam. That's it. Be very smart. Be very smart. Be very smart. Keep your mind cool, Ray. First of all, keep your mind cool. Keep your mind cool. Don't tell yourself that I am going to do jumble now. I'm ready to face the big challenge. No. Don't do overaction. Don't motivate yourself too much. Sometimes over motivation increases the blood pressure and diabetes. So don't put too much of motivation. Don't put too much of pressure. Relax. Tell yourself, I'm going to do something very easy. I'm going to write alphabets. I'm going to write ABCDs. So when you change that mindset, cool mindset is really needed. Try this one. Try this one. Try this one. Anybody answer? Anybody answer? Anybody answer? Anybody answer? You're taking more time. You're actually taking more time. Now I'll tell you my shortcut. So first statement A, B, C. That's it. A, B, C. That's it. So remove D, remove E. Gone. Now you have A, B, C. Okay. A, B, C. Okay. As the government desperately looks to offload its stake. What stake? Whose stake? Government stake? In the airline. Which airline? The airline means which airline? Which airline? Which airline? Which airline? The airline means which airline? What airlines you are talking about? So no clarity. Which airline? Are you talking about Jet Airways or Indigo? What? Or Kingfisher? Which airlines you are talking about? No idea. So A cannot come first. A cannot come first. Now you have two left, B and C. The NRI investment will be treated as domestic and will not violate SOEC norms. Arey, what happened? Why suddenly NRIs are coming? Where is the context? Where is the introduction, Bhaiya? Where is the context? Where is the introduction, Bhaiya? So the starting statement is C. Here the opening statement. This is where the problem actually came out. The problem. Indians settled abroad can now buy national carrier. Air India. See, this is what you are talking about, Air India. Now I'll tell you a clue. Now I'll tell you Rabde Banadi Jodi. Here Air India is a noun. Here the airline, the airline, the airline, this airline. So C follows A, Bhaiya. Finish. Fourth option. Only if you have a little doubt or lack of confidence, then you can check it. In the C statement, he said Air India. In the A statement, the airline. The airline means that airline. Which airline? Air India airline. Khatam. Tata bye bye. Finish. Yeah, yeah, it's only. But what is its? Here it's means what? Here it's means what? What is its? Anybody tell me what is its? Its stake means whose stake? Its stake means whose stake? Government stake only. Okay. Chalo. Try better shortcut. 28th one. Try better shortcut, guys. Try something more interesting now. Try now something more interesting. Find the best shortcut. Yes, waiting for your answer. Anybody answer? Yes, friends. I'll tell you a clue. Here see equity schemes. The name of the schemes is equity schemes. What schemes? Equity schemes. But here see the schemes. Which scheme? Equity scheme only, no? Here see the schemes. Which schemes? Equity schemes only, no? So if you compare ACE, E comes before AC. E comes before AC. But here E came in the last. E comes before AC. Chance is there. Here surprisingly E is not there. Gone. E comes before AC. You understand? Because only in the E statement the name is given. 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 Okay? Point number 1. Now read with E because anyway E. Returns of equity schemes have been poor for the last 2 years due to intense polarization seen in the markets. So returns are very less. The returns are very less. The returns are very less. See? Out of a total, see, I'll tell you one more secret, Sharanya, observe this. Here, a total of 333 schemes. A total. Here, the 333. See? Here, A 333. Here, the 333. I repeat. A 333. The 333. Which comes first? A comes first. So, C comes before A. Here, A came before C. C comes before A. C comes before A. See? C comes before A. C comes before A. See? Observations. These are all observations. The articles observations. Anyways, I'll tell you the answer. Option C is the answer, guys. Option C is the answer. Out of the total 333 schemes, 45% of schemes have been given negative in the last 2 years. In the last 1 year, see? It's a chronological order. It comes in chronological order. Here, the last 2 years. Where is that? In the last 2 years. Here, in the last 1 year. Chronological order, see? After C, A comes. Like that. After the session is over, you please read it once again. You will understand. But don't try to understand the complete paragraph. Not needed. Just go by the shortcuts. Can you try this one, guys? 29th one, last but one question. 29. Guys. Guys waiting for answer. Start from the options, dear. Don't read the sentences. Always good to start from the options. Yes, dear. See? See here? This could be the answer. Indian Railways, New Delhi and Mumbai railway stations to be world class soon. Headlines. This is like a headlines, no? Easy question, dear. If you ask me, this is the easiest question. This comes as headlines. Indian Railways, New Delhi and Mumbai railway stations to be world class soon. Headlines. With an aim to transform passenger experience at Indian railway stations, comma, Piyush Goyal-led Railway Ministry is redeveloping several stations across the network. In this regard, it looks like a story, dear. Yes. Okay. I hope you understand this. Guys, the last exercise in this session and in this paper. I want you to end this session with all good answers. I want you to end this session with all the good answers. Try this one, guys. Yes. Yes. Do you want me to tell you any shortcut, or you can manage with the shortcut? Here, DDT full form, dividend distribution tax. DDT full form. Correct? In the A statement, short form. In the C statement, short form. And yeah, that's it, right? Now, my question is, I'm not talking about sequence. If you compare A, B, C, who comes first? B comes first. So I'm trying to say B comes before CA or B comes before AC. You understand? So before AC or CA, B comes first. Okay, this is done. But if you see here, before B, A came. Impossible. Surprisingly, A is missing in the option. Impossible. Before B, C came. Impossible. And where is B here? The main B is missing in the sentence. The main B. Array, yaar. How is my shortcut? How is my shortcut? See, getting the right answer is important, but the way you got it, the way you get the right answer, what is the shortcut you are following? Here I have followed this shortcut. Here DTD is a full form. DTD shortcut. DTD shortcut. So I understood B comes before CA or AC. I'm not worried about the sequence. I know B comes before these two. Here A came before B. And B comes before CA. Here A is missing. A is missing. Here B is missing. Here C came before B. That's it. I hope you like the shortcut. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being wonderful audience as usual. So I hope the session is useful. I hope the shortcuts are useful. Thank you. Have a good day.